Listen, here's what we're going to do. I don't care how much you holler to the wind and mix it with faith. You can still not have what you believe for, I think, if you are dragging anchors in your life. It's called an anchor of unforgiveness. It's called an anchor of resentment. It's called an anchor of fear, guilt, or inferiority. But it originates in unforgiveness. And I believe that the reason the Lord sent us to New Zealand is to be an encouragement to clean up the church. We saw a pile of people piled down front this morning in a church in Wellington, in Auckland, when I asked them to come and get rid of the junk in their lives through confession, and they filled up the place, and I don't think that church is kind of used to people doing that on Sunday morning. I'm just finding people hungry. It's time to get done with the stuff that drags anchors. And I'm saying to you this evening, you don't even have to feel like forgiving the rascal that hurt you. I didn't. But here's what you've got. See, here's where the church is messed up in America. Probably not New Zealand. People in America have said, I'm not going to forgive this rascal until I feel like I'm ready to forgive them. You never get ready. You never get feeling like forgiving someone that's plowed your field crossways. What you've got to do is start the process, and your feelings will catch up with your words. And so you begin to speak forgiveness and blessing until you, see, and I didn't know for years, so Lord, why am I to bless? Because as I bless someone and ask God to bless them as much as I want him to bless me, it works out the forgiveness in my life, It cleans me up. Blessing someone else cleans me up and gets me ready to be the God-man, to speak blessings. Here's what we're going to do. Linda, come on. I got a blessing for you. Woo-hoo. My. I used to say you're the most remarkable woman I know. And now, you're the most amazing, remarkable woman I know. I love the way you rise to the occasion.
There's a story.
I love the way I never know what you and the Lord are going to do in a meeting. I love the way you hear from him. I love the way our grandchildren and children come to you for what you do best, loving them, encouraging them, and blessing them. And I think when little Sarah stood up in that chair a few months ago and blessed you, little Sarah was speaking for the entire Reddick family. The matriarch that you are. The most amazing, wonderful, beautiful, adoring, intelligent woman alive. And I've told you before, if King Solomon had just known you, he would have been a one-woman man. So fortunate me. Thank you for the ride. What a trip to be able to share our lives together. And I think we're going to do some mighty fine doctrine together in the months ahead. I love you so much. Somebody say you may kiss the Bible.
I love and respect you. You're a man of such integrity and so consistent in your love for me. that makes me feel so safe and secure, and I love that about you. I love the fact that you are a pioneer and that you just discover these nuggets that just seem like, oh, I stumbled across this today. And it's like something that just totally is so significant for generations to come when people have the eyes to see or the ears open to hear and the mouth that's open, bold enough to speak what they're learning. And I love you, and I plan to love you all the days of my life. You're wonderful.
Thank you. Now listen, men, you know one of the reasons I bless her as often as I can? Do I have stupid written across my forehead? And it's a joy to take a stick to keep the guys beat off in America. That's fun. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. Going to make it as hard as I can. And this is how hard I can make it. You got a blessing? What I want you to do is take the person that you want to bless, you bring them up here, and one of you will stand this way, and one of you will stand this way, and I'll stand behind you and hold the mic, because you'll be holding onto their hands or holding onto your ear or holding onto something, and that way then everyone can hear because I'll have the mic. So we need to find out now, who's ready? Who's blessing?
Oh, Mike.
Well, wow. That's one of those moments.
Can I have half an hour to soak that in? Tim, because I don't express my admiration for you enough. And I love you so much.
You're my best friend.
Amen.
Whoopie-doo. Bless the Lord, amen. He has set in the church the blessing to teach people to prophesy. You've heard some prophecies here tonight. In the form of a blessing, honey, I see you as, oh, this country not going to be able to hold what I see of you, honey. Okay, so blessings often trip over into prophecy. Isn't that good? So he set in the church the blessing to teach his children to prophesy. Wow. And that's not in the book, by the way, because I just got that a year and a half ago. But in America, I can go up to a lady that just gave me a cheeseburger at the McDonald's, and I can just take that cheeseburger and I can say to her, what if I said to her, let me pray for you right now? You know? What if I said, but I take it and I say, good job. I bet your mom and dad are real proud of you. Long hours, and I just spend just a moment blessing her, and she and her manager love it. You follow me? Don't discount the power of the open eye blessing. Many people that give and receive, particularly receive a blessing, weep. When I was in New Zealand last time, I asked the Lord, why am I seeing that across the globe in every culture, even in cultures like India where women do not weep in public? They cry their eyes out in our seminars. And this is what the Lord said. Revelation, son. The blessing comes from a person's heart. It usually doesn't come out of their head. It's a heart thing. And he said it's a heart to heart. He says, I'm a God of the heart. Not necessarily the head. I'm a God of the heart. And so when there's the heart connection of the blessing, there's a transfer of my presence. There's a connection between the godness in me and the person. And even if I bless a non-believer, doesn't matter, he's a child of God because God made him. And there's still, that's why that we've seen people saved through the blessing, because there is a connection and the God seed is stirred up in the person. And so it's God's way